Hey guys, I'm your host, the Hairless KB, and this is a bit of a different episode of Op Shop Adventures, so enjoy! I did go out op shopping this weekend, but I didn't take the camera along as it was raining a fair bit, and I was just in and out of the car and wet, and I really just didn't want to go to the hassle of taking the camera along with me, but I did find a bunch of good stuff, so I'm going to run through it right now for you, so here we go. First off, just some small pickups. I managed to pick up a bunch of memory cards for the PS1 and PS2. I think these were $3 each and these were 2 for $5, so not much there. Memory cards are always good to pick up. And I always pick them up, the genuine ones, as you'll hear me mention a whole bunch. I always go for the genuine stuff. So those were good pickups, as they're always helpful and useful to have. I also picked up a couple of sleeves or grips for the Wii. Again, picked up genuine ones that are $1 each at the pawnbroker. I always like to pick up the coloured ones if I can find them, because they're generally harder to find than the clear ones, which came with everything. But I have a bunch of remotes without these, so these are always handy. Next, I picked up from a Vinnie's and pawnbrokers 2 coloured Wii remotes. I don't have the blue or the pink one yet, so that's kind of cool to have. The blue one I found at the Vinnie's for $5, and that had a pink backer on it, which I thought was weird. I would have liked it to have the blue, but whatever, for $5, can't complain with that. The pink one was $15, which is higher than I probably wanted to pay, but I haven't seen one yet, so to get one, and it's in good nick, and they both work, so happy to have those in the collection. Continuing with the controller theme, I picked up one of the black Pro controllers for the Wii. I used to have one of the white ones without the little handle grips down the bottom there. This model seems to be harder to find. This was only $5 from Cash Converters, so I picked that up. It's in really good nick, but I doubt I'll get much use, if any, out of this, but it's cool to have. I picked up this Nintendo 64 controller, which is pretty good nick. It's pretty stiff. Sometimes you have issues with these being loose or being busted. Pretty good nick. Happy with this. The weird thing is, though, I picked this up and I don't have a Nintendo 64 anymore. I did have one years ago. I picked up the Star Wars edition, which came with Pod Racer, and I really did enjoy the 64. I didn't have a whole bunch of games, but I sold it a number of years ago, which I'm kind of regretting now, seeing as the Nintendo 64 has gone way up in price and it's quite popular. But I thought I'd pick this up while I could find it, because if I do pick up a Nintendo 64, it's always good to have a spare controller, and these generally sell for, you know, $20-$30. So picked it up for $10, happy with that. I've mentioned the past couple weeks I've had some good luck at the tip shop. So I found this DS, the pink DS. I don't have a DS. I've got Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, but I didn't have any of the handhelds after that. So I picked this up for $5. Unfortunately, it's got issues with the screen flicker. It does have the stylus. I don't think I can fix it. I've already sort of had a try of fixing it, and it just doesn't seem to want to work for me properly. I'll probably just end up selling it for parts. It also came with I Love Beauty game, which obviously not going to have much interest to me. So it was a bit more beat up looking when I picked it up. It looks nicer now because I've cleaned it up. I took it apart, cleaned all the buttons and stuff. So I thought for $5 it was worth a gamble. Unfortunately, like I said, it's not working, so I'll probably end up moving it. I do want to get a DS at some point, so hopefully I can find one. $5 would be awesome for an operating one, but we'll see how we go in the future. Also at the tip shop, I picked up this Land Before Time Laserdisc. Now, I've never had any experience with Laserdisc. I know of it. I've seen it online. It looked awesome. For anyone watching that's seen my previous videos would know I love old obsolete media. So Laserdisc was awesome. I picked it up thinking it was a record and I thought, awesome, Land Before Time soundtrack, that's cool. And then I looked at it and I saw a digital Laserdisc. I was like, that's pretty random to find at the tip shop. So I don't know if I'll ever find a Laserdisc. If I do, I'll watch Land Before Time because that is an awesome movie that I love from my childhood. So that was a really cool piece. It was $10. I don't know if that's good or bad. I really haven't looked into Laserdisc prices, but it's in really good condition. So I thought, just for a cool collectible, something to sit on my shelf, it's just a cool little conversation piece. So definitely worth it. I'm glad I picked that up. Also at the tip shop, I got a stack of games for $1 each. So 10 games total, $10. Can't lose. So I'll just go through some of the items that, well, I'll go through all of them, but a few of them have a bit of water damage, I think, because it's been raining a bit here the last week, so they probably got wet when they were dumped at the tip, but the better games here haven't been damaged, so that's okay. So I've got Tamagotchi Party On, Pirates and Ninjas Dodgeball, which sounds really random. Smarty Pants, I don't know anything about this, but it doesn't look like something I'll ever play. Ferrari Challenge, which looks like you can use the Wii steering wheel, kind of like Mario Kart. I'm not a gearhead, I guess that's probably the term, but I thought that would be cool to try at least, because I've only played Mario Kart with the steering wheel, and that's pretty fun, so that'll be interesting to try out. Wii Play, you've seen I've got a couple of copies of that now. Carnival Games, I used to have this when I first brought the Wii. I sold it quite a while ago. Just some fun mini games, nothing special. Space Chimps, I don't know anything about this, but it looks random and kind of fun. Avatar, I liked the Avatar movie. I see that it's compatible with the Wii board, which I haven't played any games other than Wii Fit using the Wii board, so that will probably be interesting to try out. Mario Sonic London 2012 Olympic Games. This seems to be the rarer of the three. For $1, it's definitely worth the value, so that was a good pickup. This is in really good condition too, so I was surprised about that. Not damaged by water or anything. And lastly, Mario Kart. Now, to pick this up for $1 is awesome. It's got some surface scratches on the disc, but it doesn't seem to affect the play at all, and the case and manual and everything is in pretty good nick, so picking this up for $1 in this lot, that's my $10 back there. So that was really good to find all those games at the tip. Next, I picked up a couple of records. This is, I don't even really know who this is, Uncle Sam. For anyone that's seen some of my videos or knows me, knows I'm a hip-hop fan. I picked this up and I didn't know what it was, but I saw it was produced by Jermaine Dupri, and it's from 97, so I was like, epic. It was $2, so it's not even that good a song, but I like picking up hip-hop records, especially when it's for cheap like that. Following on from my last video and my Disney record pickup for Robin Hood, I found Peter Pan again for $2. It was from a Christian charity shop. It's in pretty good nick, like the Robin Hood one. It's got an illustrated book inside the gatefold, so arguably a better movie than Robin Hood, Peter Pan, classic story. So these weren't something I was necessarily looking to pick up, but since I found it, I thought it was cool. I like the Robin Hood one I picked up, so Peter Pan is awesome. It's from 1968, so it's a pretty good nick for the age. Another cool item for my record collection. Next is a stack of just random games that I picked up from Salvos and Vinnies. First off, I found, I think it was I don't know if it was $2 or $3, Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. I really like the Crash Bandicoot series, so to pick that up for a couple of bucks, that was awesome. Picked this up from Cash Converters, Tekken 5. I like the Tekken series. This is in super good nick. I don't even know if this is being played because it's in that nice a condition. $2, can't complain. I already had this, but this was $4, and again, it's in good nick. GTA series, you can never go wrong picking up GTA games. I've never played Borderlands 1 or 2. Again, these were both $4. I've always been interested in this series. It seems really awesome. Seems to be some good stuff said about it. So to find them both, I'd originally been looking for them on 360, but I thought it was cool to get them on the PS3 because I've had PS3 for quite a while since it came out. About time I tried them out, so that was cool to pick up for $4 each. Got Saints Row 3. You've seen in my previous video that I'm not overly familiar with Saints Row. I haven't played it much. So to pick up the original version, I've got 3. So that was $2 or $3. I'm pretty sure that was $3. And again, that's in good nick. So goodbye. And Gears of War 3. I recently picked up Gears of War 2 and 3. So to pick Gears of War 3 up for $4, it's in good nick again. So I'm happy with that. This is sort of what recently rekindled my enthusiasm for going out op shopping and collecting and picking up old video games and stuff. So I had the original Xbox not long after it came out and I really enjoyed it. I ended up trading it in at EB Games for credit and got bugger all for it, which I think I used on Wii stuff. And since then, I sort of regretted getting rid of it. I never had that great a game collection for it. So I picked one, not this one, because obviously I just picked up this one, but I picked up the one that I have out in the lounge room at the markets probably 2-3 months ago now for $40. So yeah, I picked this one up for only $29. And it's in really good nick. It seems like was hardly ever played because it's in that good condition. So this is going to replace the one I picked up from the market because the one I have is slightly scuffed and it's got a bit of sort of dirt and stuff build up in all the grills and I haven't really pulled it apart and cleaned it. So this one's in great condition. So that's going to be my new one that I set up and play. The good thing about picking that up, and it was a little bonus, it came with the manual, which you generally don't find from cashies or especially at flea markets and stuff, unless you luck out and you find one that's boxed, but that's not overly common. So something cool that I didn't have before, and I always like to pick up manuals and booklets and instructions and stuff if you can find them, because it just adds a little bit extra value to it, especially if you're gonna sell it along down the line. So yeah guys, that does it for another episode of Op Shop Adventures. As always, let me know your thoughts on the episode and just drop any comments below with any specific thoughts or questions on any of the items I've picked up. And I'll catch you guys on the next episode of whatever I produce next. Thanks guys.